Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is pretty ugly, pretty crappy lighting. Hey, this is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches, and I'm sitting parked on the north side of Chicago. So this video is not going to have my lovely production values. We've got the first fist, which is from Patrick, and the second fist, which is from Blue Shirt Buddha. Blue Shirt, you're not first, you're second. Smoke Eater, hello. So yeah, I'm going to be talking in this video a little bit to the peanut gallery. So if you are watching it not live but posted up to YouTube, that will explain why I'm talking to some of these people that you're not seeing. But if you're joining me on the live stream, well, you know, welcome, and I appreciate it. Geez, there's 14 of you already, 15. Okay. So, let's maybe get a quick fist watch check right out of the way. Merry Christmas to you as well, Blue Shirt, and to all of you watching. Today I am wearing one of the few shitters that I have left, which I think is kind of fitting. This is a Borealis. It's an homage to a marathon. So basically, it's a shitter homage to a shitter watch. So, and I say it's fitting, you know, that I'm wearing a shitter because, you know, there are a bunch of us hobros, horological brothers, who hang out and chit-chat on Facebook, and I was just exchanging pleasantries with the pontiff, who had a few awful. You know what? He's just the same on WhatsApp and in text as he is live. Wonderful, wild, woolly, and you know, and kind of crazy. Clive, bring up WhatsApp. Yeah, well, Clive is suggesting that I bring up WhatsApp. Let's just say that I woke up this morning a little bit late. It was my morning to sleep in, and you know, the first thing I do is tune into WhatsApp to see what the hobros, you know, have said while I was sleeping, because people like Clive get up at like 6 in the morning, and there was like 150 messages there. And Archie took a big shit right in the middle of WhatsApp, and he just started. He started a big fight with Guy and Adrian, and I don't know. It was a clusterfuck, but it was fun. I gotta say, you know, if you take criticism, if you can't take it, then you know you don't really belong in the YouTube watch community, because you know, there's a bunch of fucking crazy people. Anyway, so here I am wearing my homage to a crappy watch, and it sort of brings up the topic of this video. I am sitting here waiting for my partner, who had an errand to run in the city. So here I am. I'll probably be here for 20-30 minutes, not sure. I may have to bail on you if he texts me to pick him up or do something. But here's the thing that I'm kind of pondering. Well, first, I guess I should make a statement of fact. And the what's going on recently is I have sold 5 watches. Okay, so I have in the last 60 days I have bailed out of about. Sorry, I'm like just trying to find a comfortable place to hold the phone. In the last 60 days, I have recovered almost $10,000 in shitters, which is remarkable. $9,635. It recovered. In shitters. What did I sell? I sold a Breitling Steel Fish, a Breitling Super Ocean. I sold, gosh, how do I not remember? I sold a Marathon Jumbo Day Date. That's 3. There's 2 more. What else did I sell, guys? Clyde, help me out. What did I sell? Two more watches. Well, I'm sure it'll come to me. Yeah, Smoke Eater, thank you. I sold one of my 2 balls. I really, sounds funny, right? I sold the ball dive watch, which was like crazy expensive, and I kept the ball World Time diver, which is a lot less expensive and frankly more useful and nicer. So yes, Clyde, I lost a ball. It's true, I did. I'm down 1 ball. Okay, so that's the 4th thing, and what's the other thing? Clyde, help me out here. What did I sell? 2 Breitlings, a ball, a Marathon. Things are bad when you have to sell a ball. Hey, it could be worse. I could have sold a kidney. Um, okay, well, something else. I don't know. What I sold on eBay, Goodhar. I sold on eBay. I did not sell a Seamaster GMT. Yes, Clyde, it was a shitter, but which one? Which one? I don't know. You know, this is going to really bug me. Hold on. A ball, 2 Breitlings, the Marathon. Oh, thank you. Someone who said it was a Seamaster GMT. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the Omega Seamaster GMT, but it was the 50th anniversary one. Has what I liked about that one is it had nice wavy font, the old style. Anyway, I sold that Omega. Okay, which really has me. I still have one ball, and it's a really good work watch. I still have the Toilet Oak. As far as shitters go, you know, I got the Toilet Oak, which is a G-Shock. I have 2 Tanzil approved crappers, because Tanzil, you know, he's very judgmental, but he has the same 2 Seiko's turtles that I have, which is the Blue Lagoon and the Patty. The Blue Lagoon I like. The Patty I would sell, but you know, I think I bought it when it was like shit spanking new for $400, and I couldn't, you know, probably I could only get like $275 for it. So I'm like, why sell it? Probably give it away to somebody. Anyway, there's not a lot of junk left in my collection, but the but is I have 2 Breitlings left, and I'm struggling a little. I wish I could, you know, show you the pictures of these things. Clyde, no, I'm not selling you my 2-liner now. I'm not selling any Rolex at all. You already have one, and I'm not a corpse. You know, a TGV fan says Breitling is soft. Well, you know, I keep hearing that, but I got good money for both of my Breitlings, and I sold them both in good time. Breitling has always been soft relative to retail value versus resale value, and I have bought all my Breitlings well and at used prices. So therefore, I'm finding that I'm easily able to bail out of my Breitlings. But I have 2 left. I have the Avenger 2 GMT. If you don't know what that is, take a look at it. The Breitling Avenger 2 GMT, which I really like. It's a 43mm GMT. It has a highly modified ETA movement. It's a chronometer, and it actually has a much kind of more an easier to use movement than does a Batman. If you've ever had to like change the date on a Batman, it's a pain in the ass because there's no quick set. You got to jump the hour hand and you have to go around the dial with a jumping hour hand. You got to turn it twice past 12 to get to the next day. Whereas with this, you know, you have a quick set for the day, or excuse me, for the date, and also the hour hand. Anyway, I really like it. What did I pay for it? I got it in a complicated trade with Bruce Williams, but I see them going on eBay for anywhere between around $2,000 to $2,300. I have it on a bracelet, which is better than on rubber, and I have a full kit. So, you know, realistically, I probably have something like $1,800 in it, $1,700, $1,800 in it, and I could probably get $2,100 for it based on its condition and stuff. So there's that. And then I also have the Breitling World Time, which is really a nice watch. I just like never wear it. That GMT, I think I tend to wear it a little bit more. I have the Breitling Galactic Unitime Sleek T, which is sold $1,700. I don't know what you're buying. I don't think. Here's the thing, that GMT Avenger, I think I want to keep that, but the World Time, the Galactic Unitime Sleek T World Time on a bracelet with a white dial, you know, it's a very nice World Time. It has a in-house movement. My ball World Time uses an ETA movement, but the Breitling has an in-house movement, but I just never wear it. And why? Because it doesn't have a dive bezel, whereas the ball World Timer does. And that Breitling, I don't know, what can I get for it? I checked it out on eBay. I have $3,600 in it, and I think I could probably get 3,200. So I would lose a little bit of money. I would have rented it for 2 years for $200 per year, but I could recoup. I'll take a bit of a loss on it, but I could recoup. So TGV fan says I should try selling to a fat Australian in payment installments. I'm afraid I would probably, I would be at the very back of the line. I would be at the very back of the line. And, Clyde's hassling me a little bit for saying that the ball has a dive bezel. But the thing is that, like, I really like my fidget spinners. Okay, so even if I'm not timing anything, I find myself with some regularity playing with the dive bezel on a dive watch. Speaking of which, I think, when I think about my collection, the dive watch is definitely my favorite. It's like my favorite genre, and I have kind of sold off things that either aren't dive watches, or are like real mid-tier watches, lower end watches. That has consolidated me down to I want to say six Rolexes. But of those, now here's where Clyde's going to start jumping around. Of my 6 Rolexes, 3 of them have aluminum bezels, hollow center links, and crappy clasps, so I don't much like them. I have a two-tone bluesy 16613, which Paul Pluta just bought, and I think he should have given me credit. Why did he not? He demanded credit when I bought my Zenith. He yelled at me for not referencing him as an influence. Because he had one first. Okay, fair enough. So I gave him some credit for that. But he's got it and sold it now. But he got a Burgundy ETA version Tudor. I had it first, and I have it again. I sold it and rebought it, but I got no credit for that. He just bought a bluesy. I've had a bluesy for 2 years. Got no credit for that. And then there was something else. What else did I have before him? I don't know. Anyway. Clyde really wants to steal my 2-line no-date sub, which, Clyde, you can, $6,000. I've decided I will sell it. I will sell it immediately, $6,000. But I think you'll do better at the funeral home. And Smoke Eater says, sell the Tudor again. No. Hell no. No. I bought it really well. I bought it for, oh yeah, and I have a date just. But, that's sentimental, and I can't sell that. The Tudor, I bought it really well. I bought it box and papers with like all the bits and pieces and accessories, complete kit, and I spent $2,500 for that, and I really like that watch. I actually wear that one quite a bit. So here's the stuff that I'm wearing lately. The Polar Explorer 42mm edition, that has worked out to be pretty much my favorite watch lately. So that's what I'm wearing most of the time when I wear a Rolex. I just don't wear a Rolex when I'm working dogs, because I'm in and out of metal kennels and metal crates and so forth. So, I tend to bang my watches into the metal doors. So, I really want to avoid, especially on the Explorer 2. The Explorer 2, it has that very broad, it's not a rotating bezel, but it's a very broad bezel. It's stainless steel, and the way the brushing of it is, you'll never be able to scrub it. Like if you cock up the brushed clasp on a Submariner, you can fix that with a 3M sponge, like a scrubby. But if you mess up your bezel, you're not going to be able to fix that. So there's that. And also it has these numerals which are painted, and if you chip the paint, then you're going to be in there with with model airplane paint trying to fix that. And anyway, so I'm careful with it. I wear it when I'm working. I wear the ball. Today I wore this, the Borealis Scout Sniper, an homage to a crappy watch, but I like it. Oh, you know what? This watch. Okay, I spent $300 on this watch, brand spanking new, and I put it on eBay. It's on eBay now, just because I keep thinking maybe I'll sell it. So it's on eBay now, and I think it's the only one on eBay. I received an offer for $100. I mean, some guy started dickering around, not dicking, dickering, bargaining. Somebody started bargaining with me on this one, and I got him to where he had offered me $400 for it, which is $100 more than I paid. But here's what concerned me. the buyer was in Alaska. He joined eBay very recently, and he had zero feedback. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not so much. So you know, I kind of killed that, and we'll see. You know, if I get some kind of an offer for it, you know, that's really good, I'll sell it. But this is a watch that I kind of like, and because it has tritium, I used to sleep in it a lot. But do you guys sleep in a watch? Because like I always sleep in a watch, and this was my sleeping watch for a really long time. But the ball also has tritium, and it's just a nicer watch. So now I sleep fingering my ball, my one ball, the one that I have left. So yeah, I don't know. It's the Galactic Unitime Sleek T. I have 2 Breitlings left in the collection. I had 4. I'm so glad to go down to 2 Breitlings, because I think 4 was just too many. The 2 that I have now, I really feel are respectable, but I'm very uncertain about selling the Galactic Unitime Sleek T. It's a Breitling World Time, and you definitely don't think of you do not think of Breitling when you think of World Time, although it's an in-house movement with like 10 patents, and it's a cool movement. And unlike any other World Timer I have ever found, the Breitling World Timer allows you to calculate and adjust for daylight savings time in parts of the world where they have a daylight savings time zone. Super helpful. You know, no, every other World Timer, including Archie's Patek, is just wrong for 6 months out of the year. So I see you guys in the comments talking about eBay. I like eBay very much for buying. Now, I am selling on eBay, but I'm not selling anything super expensive. That would concern me a little bit. I think the most expensive thing I sold on eBay was the ball watch, and I think I got $2,300 or $2,400 for that. It would worry me to sell, you know, stuff for $7,000-8,000. I think that would worry me. As a buyer, I like buying on eBay. In fact, I made a video called 5 Ways to Buy a Rolex, and it's a pretty recent video. So if you haven't seen it, go back and look. And I talk about in one of the ways is eBay, and I detail out all my strategies that I have developed for buying on eBay. You know, nothing revolutionary, but definitely food for thought there for you. Well, we've been at this for almost 18 minutes, and I haven't been mugged yet, although, you know, that could be happening now. But I think I could take them. Yeah, I think I could. I looked a little unhappy. I don't know. Could you see the dude? I have bought and sold on eBay with no issues. Am I buying a Mont Blanc? Clyde wants to know. Yeah, well, that's one of the things. Yes, I'm on the north side. Val and Gray Moon, I am on the north side. No, I'm not buying a 28,000. Archie was all cheesed off about some cheese-smelling German who bought a 28,500 euro Mont Blanc, but I have really no idea what he's talking about. I think he was complaining about somebody that Adrian from Bark and Jack had interviewed. What a great guy that Adrian. And I really enjoy, on my Hobro list is Clyde and Paul and Hisham and Tan and Jin. I have seen very few drug deals here, TGB. Anyway, lots of good people here. So I don't know Carmine's. I mean, there's a restaurant in every town called Carmine's. I'm not sure, or 3, 4, 5. I don't know which Carmine's you mean on the north side here in Chicago, but there's, you know, plenty of places around here. There's a Panino and a Wingstop right up the street. I've been to Carmine's on Rush Street. That's not on the north side, really. That's the near, yeah, well, it's sort of. I'm way further north than that now. Carmine's is a very, I like Carmine's on Rush Street, but it's a tourist place. It's not, Chicagoans barely ever go there. Let's put it like that. But it's real close to the Gold Coast, and I used to live Clark and Schiller, which was, you know, near north side of the Gold Coast. I had an awesome apartment there. Oh my God. It was in a building called Lowell House, and I was on the 29th floor, which was the top floor. And right on the lake, you know, right on the lakefront here in Chicago, so it's windy, and this building's kind of old. It was built solid, but it was built in the 70s, and the damn building would sway in the wind, and you could kind of feel it, but you got a little used to it. But the way I knew that the building, you know, if it was really windy out, the way I could tell is the water in my toilet would be sloshing. You know, it never sloshed out, but holy cow. You know, you could see the water, you know, kind of like sloshing in the toilet. And I'll tell you, I had a balcony there, and I never forget the first day I was living there. It was night, and I opened my balcony door on the 29th floor, big gorgeous balcony, and the wind caught the sliding glass door and literally pulled it off the hinges, or out of the track. And I think it was pretty loose, or you know, wasn't well adjusted to begin with. And the wind pulled it off of the track, and now I'm holding the sliding glass door because it has pulled me out onto the balcony on the 29th floor on the lakefront of Chicago, the Windy City, and the wind is trying to take it like a sail over the balcony and down 29 floors, where I'm convinced if I let go, it's going to kill somebody. And if I don't let go, it might take me like a parachute and kill me. So I sat down so I was low, and that if it pulled me, it was only going to pull me to the railing. And I had my then partner call down, and thank God the doorman was still on duty, and he came running up and helped me wrestle it back into the building and put it on track. But like, holy shit, that scared the Christ out of me. Oh my, yeah. Actually, it was weeks before I could stand to walk out onto my balcony again. It was just, you know, kind of, I get vertigo and I'm afraid of heights. So, but you know, like eventually I got cool with it. But I had some cool parties there, and I remember once a couple of guys like sitting on the railing, and it's 29 floors down, which is, what's 29 floors? 290 feet? I'm so sorry that you had to see that. Do I have schnotz on the, you know, I'm good. Anyway, so, but yeah, fun times. Yeah, actually, I loved that place because I was kind of on the edge of the Gold Coast, and you know, on Michigan Avenue and in the Gold Coast, there's horses and carriages. There are horses and carriages that you know, take the tourists around, and so they used to pass me at night on their way back to the stable. They would, you know, trot right past my building, and you could hear all the way up there. It was really cool. Yeah, it was close to Old Town. It wasn't in Old Town. Somebody asked if it was Old Town. It was very close to Old Town. Like it was like near Clark and North. So it was like very close to Old Town. Are you concerned carrying your fist in downtown Chicago? Well, I think you mean, I think I'm going to sneeze again. I think he means the fist that... I managed to turn it this time so as to avoid schnotting all over, and plus, you know, showing you the funny face. Oh, God damn it again. Am I going to do this again? Oh. Anyway, no, I was not afraid to bring my fist. I didn't bring my... What the fuck? I don't know. I'm allergic to something down here. I did not bring the fist, and I'm wearing a shitter. So if I'm robbed, you know, I'm not going to lose much. Thank you, Blue Shirt Buddha, who said bless you. I'm allergic to the city. I used to live down here. Now I live about, I don't know, 40, 50 miles. You know, I live on my little dog farm, excuse me. My little dog farm. This is how you I don't even know what you're talking about. Am I allergic to my fan base? I have a fan base. Actually, there's 44 people watching right now. I guess I do have a fan base. Fucking cool. Okay, so look, I need some advice. Start putting up comments. Sell one of the Breitlings, both of the Breitlings, or none of the Breitlings. Oh, Susan, I'm so taken. And but if you have a brother, let me know. I'm batting for the other team, Susan. Too cute. Okay. Sell one of them or both. Sell them all. Sell one. I mean, I need a trend. It would really be helpful if a trend emerged here, because the one I think I kind of want to sell is the World Time. Sell the Scheitlings. There seems to be a movement towards selling all of them. But I mean, I wonder if that's not because I know you'd be down for a hot girl if she approached you. Well, Susan, are you working the corner? You know, I'm on Broadway, somewhere on Broadway, you know. So if I have intruded on your corner, All I can say is $20 is $20. Um, so, hmm, you know, I really like I really like the Avenger too. I feel like it's a very every time I wear the watch. Here's what happens when I wear the Avenger 2. Every time I wear it, I wonder to myself, why don't I wear you more? Why don't I wear you more? And then I wear it for one day, maybe two. I take it off, and then I don't wear it again for like 3, 4 months. And then I put it on, and I think, why don't I wear you more? So I'm reluctant to part with that one. It does something for me. It doesn't do less than nothing for me. Keep the work watch, a casual watch, one dress watch, and sell the rest. No, 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 no. That I'm not going to do because remember I've got a drawer full of Rolex, and I will have definite FOMO. You know, I will have seller's remorse if I sell that stuff. I have a 16613 bluesy. It's not a date just, it's a date. 34 millimeter two-tone date on a Jubilee. I like it, champagne dial. Susan, your smile is just getting me going. Susan, like I said, you know, for a super chat of $20, I'll show you more. Okay, let's see. What else do I have? I have a 2-line Note 8 sub that Clyde is in love with, a 14060M, that's 3. Batman, James Cameron, 40 millimeter Sea Dweller. I think that covers it. No, 43 millimeter Sea Dweller, the 50th anniversary. So, you know, no, and I really don't want to sell any of those. You know, the one of those that I like, I'm probably hardly ever wear is that date. But the 34 millimeter date, which weirdly, because it has a Jubilee bracelet, has some wrist presence. You know, it has some bling effect. So it actually has a bit of wrist presence, and it's like the first Rolex I ever owned. I bought it at a thank you TGV. Help me out here, buddy. You know, take a bullet for the team. You know, I bought it in 1987. Yes, I have. Susan, how dare you? I have three kids. God, I know a lot about kids. In fact, I paid for 3 weddings only this year. You people are dropping off like flies. We're down to 38. But anyway, thank you for being with me. We never see you with the Leonardo da Vinci. What's the Leonardo da Vinci? I don't even know. What is that? Clarify, Gizmo. If the James was a breed, the James Cameron? Oh, it'd be like a Saint Bernard. You know, it'd be like something, you know, like big and chunky and huge and hard to hold back. Yeah, he'd be that's what it'd be. He'd be a Saint Bernard, or maybe a bulldog. You know, something like really big. I've trained a bunch of Bernese Mountain Dogs. Hey, there will be no body shaming here. Or what's a real woman? Plus 200 pounds. There will be no body shaming. You know, the dudes in this audience, I don't know about you. Like, I'm in no particularly wonderful shape. And I have a feeling, you know, the vast majority of you people couldn't run a quarter mile, you know, if you're really dependent on it. I think, oh, good. So Satan's Kitten just said he'll be out in 5 minutes. So that's perfect. I got a couple more minutes to share with you, but not too much longer. And I will probably leave you abruptly when Satan's Kitten comes. Satan's Kitten is my boyfriend. That's Clyde's name for him. He's cute and adorable, just like a kitten, but he's satanic, just like Satan. Show you a famous Chicago hot dog. I was going to get one for dinner, but I wound up with Wendy's. Hopefully you're not trying to, you know, help Susan out here. Yeah, so it'd have to be another time for the Chicago pizza, the Chicago hot dog. You know, I've been in Chicago a very long time now, but originally I'm from Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia we have like a lot of food items, you know, like a lot of Philly food. There's hoagies, there's grinders, there's pizza, there's cheesesteaks, there's tasty cakes, there's scrapple. That's 6 items right there. And there's more that I'm not even thinking of. There's funnel cakes. There's like a lot of things that originated in Pennsylvania that are wonderful. They're hard, they'll kill you, but they're really good. Any of you people know what scrapple is? Scrapple. It's like a chunk of lard with cornmeal, lips, snouts, and assholes, and then you fry it. It's delicious, all pig. But in Chicago, you got Italian beef, pizza, and Chicago hot dogs. I think that's it. Not that that's bad, but that's all we got. Honestly, in Pennsylvania and Philly, when you say you want everything on your hot dog, it's like mustard, ketchup, onions, and relish. Maybe sauerkraut instead. So the first time I ordered a hot dog in Chicago, they said, "What do you want on it?" I said, "Everything." They're like, "Okay," And when they gave me the hot dog and I opened it up, I was mad. Like, I looked at the goddamn thing, I was mad because they put a salad bar on top. There was a pickle, a big pickle, a giant pickle slice, dill pickle, and there was a kosher pickle, and there was a bunch of tomato, and I don't mean chopped tomato, like big tomato slices and all kinds of stuff. The Chicago hot dog, guys, has 17 ingredients. And since now, having been a resident of the Chicagoland area for a very long time, I can tell you I really appreciate it, and it's a beauty. It's a thing of beauty. But you don't really see it outside of Chicago. Well, this is a watch channel, Susan, so as far as being materialistic goes, I suppose, but I mean, I can't really argue with that one. It is material stuff. But, we watch collectors tend to be a little OCD. It's just where this particular group of people funnels, our mental illness. You do it on hitting gay men up on YouTube live streams. I do it by, obsessing over one watch movement over another. So we all have our weirdnesses and our flaws, I suppose. Anyway, listen, I'm going to cut it now because Satan's Kitten will be coming back any second. I want to thank you so much for being with me. There's a statistic that I saw. Before I leave, I'm going to tell you. Oh, well, I'll answer this question. Would Archie be a pug, a bulldog, or a poodle? Think about it. A bulldog belches, farts, will eat itself nearly to death, will choke on its own vomit. It's got such a giant head. It has to be born by cesarean section. It's got these little ears that look like horns. Of course it would be. Of course Archie would be a bulldog. Oh, and so many male bulldogs have faulty urethras that they have to surgically create a vagina for them, and then they pee out their rear end. So hope that doesn't happen to the Arch, but yeah. So yeah, thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate this. The statistic I was going to cite before I left was I was looking over my analytics, and holy shit, this channel has at this stage 2.1 million views, which absolutely flabbergasts me. 2.1 million. Listen, I used to watch guys. Who were the watch guys that I really liked? When I started, there was a handful of them that just, I couldn't believe it, that I found other weirdos, like me. And it was Andy Hunter and Matt Stevens and Han Danes and, they're just a handful of guys like this. And of course, Archie, he's, definitely one of the principal ones. But there were all these guys. And I also watched Austin Daniels. And then I discovered Jeff McMahon. And a few guys like this who just had the same crazy, the same brand of crazy that I had. And when I discovered these people, I realized, yes, I'm ill. This is some form of mental illness, but I'm not alone. And we wound up with this giant YouTube support group. Somebody says Andy doesn't actually own anything. Maybe not. I mean, I've seen, he's shown his gold Omegas anyway, which I'm not a big fan of. But I don't care what Andy owns or doesn't own. I don't care. He has a perspective. He has a point of view. He was so kind to me. I know he's feuding with the Pontiff, which is a shame. I hate to see that. And I think Andy has gotten into bed with some internet trolls that it disturbs me. So I wouldn't appear on Andy's show at this point, just due to some of the company that, unfortunately, he's keeping. Andy, I think you're better than that. That's what I want to say. You're one of the best guys out there, and I think you're better than that. But, yeah, so I guess, couple few years ago, I wanted to just try and do what they were doing, and 2.1 million views later, here we are. Satan's Kitten in the house. Okay, guys, thanks for being with me. Peace out.